Everyone, now we'll discuss Banker's algorithm. The question goes like this: design, develop and implement a C or C++ Java program to implement Banker's algorithm. Assume suitable input required to demonstrate the result. So now what is Banker's algorithm? The Banker's algorithm is a deadlock avoidance algorithm. Okay, so when a new process enters the system, it must declare the maximum number of instances of each resource type that it may need. So if this algorithm is followed, Banker's algorithm is followed, then when a new process enters the system, it must declare the maximum number of instances of each resource type that it may need. Okay, and when a user requests a set of resources, the system must determine whether the allocation of these resources will leave the system in a safe state or not. If it will, the resources are allocated. Otherwise, the process must wait until some other process releases enough resources. Okay. So to implement this algorithm, few data structures are followed. The first is considered here: n be the number of processes and m be the number of resource type, and other data structures: available, max, allocation and need. Available is nothing but a vector of length m indicates the number of available resources of each type. Next, maximum is, it is an n cross m matrix, defines the maximum demand of each process. Allocation is an n into m cross matrix, defines the number of resources of each type currently allocated to each process. And then need, and n cross m matrix indicates the remaining resource need of each process. So these are the data structure used to implement Banker's algorithm. So next we'll consider the algorithm using which a safe sequence is generated. If safe sequence is generated, then the system will be in safe state. Okay, so the algorithm followed here, it has 4 steps. You can see here. The algorithm goes like this: let work and finish be vectors of length m and n respectively. Initialize work is equal to available, and then finish of I is equal to false for all I values from 1 to n. Okay, next step is for an I such that both finish of I is equal to false, need of I is lesser than or equal to work. If no such I exists, then go to step number 4. If this condition holds good, then continue with the third step: work is equal to work plus allocation of I, finish of I is equal to true, then go to step 2. Okay, and for step number 4, if finish of I is equal to true for all I, then system is in safe state. Safe sequence is the sequence in which the process can be safely executed. So these are the steps used to implement the Banker's algorithm. Now we'll see an example. So where a system with 5 processes P0 to P4 is given, and 3 resource types are given: A, B, C, and resource type A has 10 instances, B has 5 instances, and C has 7 instances. Okay, and data is given. Okay, suppose at time t0, following snapshot of the system has been taken. So at a given point of time, if this is the snapshot of the system, where you can see number of processes is given, and according to Banker's algorithm, the data structure used is given: allocation, max and available. Allocation is nothing but each resource type that is assigned to process P0, P1, P2, P3, P4 at a given point of time is given. At this point of time, resource type A instance is assigned 0, B 1, C 0. In the same way, it is given for all the process. Max is nothing but the maximum demand of resource type for each process is given. So to complete the execution of P0, it requires 7 instances of resource type A, 5 instances of resource type B, and 3 instances of resource type C. In this way, for all the process it is given. And at this point of time, available resource of each resource type is given, that is 3 that is of A, 3 that is of type B, and 2 that is of type C. Okay, once you have this, you have to find out what is need matrix according to the Banker's algorithm. Need matrix can be calculated if maximum minus allocation, max minus allocation will give you the need matrix of this process. Need matrix is what? It indicates the remaining resource need of each process. That means maximum demand is this much, at given point of time allocation is this much. So what is the remaining resources that need to be allocated for this process? That can be calculated by following max minus allocation. Okay, now we'll see the coding part. Okay, for Bankers, how it is implemented. First we'll start with main function, where the Bankers, you can see here, new Bankers of dot is safe function. This is used when this line is executed. The control directly goes to the class Bankers. Okay, where import java.util.scanner is considered. Okay, and consider the class Bankers here. Fine. So where we declare all the required data structure, that is need, allocate, max, available, number of process, and number of resources. Fine. So next we'll call the input function, where we need to read the initial data, that is as we saw in this example, allocation. So this is allocation, max, available, and need. Okay, so input here, enter number of process, that is NP, number of resources, NR. Okay, initialize the arrays, that is need, max, allocate, and available. Next, read the values for it, enter allocation matrix. So here two loops are considered, for I loop and J loop, right? The outer loop is for number of process and inner loop is for number of resources. So for each process we have to assign resources. That why number of process is taken at the outer loop and number of resources is taken in inner loop. Allocate, allocate resources to the processes. And next, once you have the allocation, next define what is maximum matrix. So same loops are followed here, and maximum resources is assigned. Then enter available matrix. So at a given point of time, how many resources are available? So that's why it's only related with the resources. One loop is considered with respect to NR, that is number of resources. Then read available resources. Okay, then close this input function. Once you have the required data structure values, then find out what is need matrix. That is done in this function. Calculate need matrix. In this function, how do we calculate? Maximum minus allocation. So that is the formula followed, right? The same two loops considered, NP and NR. Okay, so here need is equal to max minus allocation. That returns need. Once we have this, according to the Banker's algorithm, we have to check whether available resources will satisfy the need of each process. I'll repeat, whether the available resources satisfy the need of each process. That we have to check. Okay, that is done by following this function, where bool check is considered. If available is lesser than need, okay, then return false. So if the available is lesser than need, obviously we can't serve the process. That's why return false, else return true. Okay, next we'll come to the actual function, that is to check whether the allocating resources to the process leads to a safe state or not. That is done at this function. So initially we call the input function where allocation max and available is read from the input device. Okay, and then find out need of each process, and then we are assigning done or we are using another boolean array, that is done, here to check whether the particular process completed its assignment of resources to the process. Next, j is equal to 0, and we are considering while loop here to traverse all the process to allocate the resources. Okay. Next, initially allocated is assigned as false as per the Banker's algorithm in step number 1. Okay, so check if I is 0 till less than number of process, we are checking not done. The particular process is not done. That means resources are not allocated to the process. And check of I. Check of I, what does it do? It will check available lesser than need. If both the condition holds good, then will allocate the required resources as per the Banker's algorithm. Okay, and then we'll assign the resources, that is here with the available resources. Okay, avail is equal to avail minus need plus max. So this calculation is used to assign the required resources for the processes if the required condition holds good. Okay, then print out the allocated process, and then assign done of I is equal to true, and in turn it is assigned to allocated. That means the process is assigned with the required resources. Then increment j++. Next, consider the next process. J++ means consider the next process. Next, if not allocated, then break. That means no allocation is done. If j is equal to np, that means all the processes are allocated with the required resources. Then print out safely allocated, else the processes can't be allocated safely. So this concludes Banker's algorithm implementation. Thank you.